What's good, it's your boy. Oh, I fucked that intro up way bad. I ain't cutting shit out either. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy back at it again with another reaction video. Today we got a little different little reaction video today. We got two true sleepover horror stories animated. So like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with the animated series. I fuck with the animated horror shits and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I listen to it, you know what I'm saying, on my off time and stuff like that. But just for today, just for y'all to get in the gist of me reacting to them, I'm going to react to, you know, like at least, you know what I'm saying, two of them, you know what I'm saying, that's right here on the screen. If y'all new to the channel, make sure I hit that like button, hit that sub button. Sub up. Sub up, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you get that noti when I upload. Let's get straight into the video, man.
The room smelled of cheap wine and perfume as Nikita and I sprawled out on my bed. Our parents were away for the weekend and we were determined to make the most of our freedom. Nikita, with her dark curls and mischievous eyes, had always been the instigator of our wild adventures.
Nick, maybe we shouldn't drink too much. Remember what happened last time? Relax, Charlize. Drunk decisions are the best decisions.
And that's where you go wrong at.
Giggled and poured another glass, the alcohol quickly loosening our tongues. Somewhere between our third and fourth drink, Nikita's phone buzzed with a notification. She glanced at it and smirked.
Hey, isn't this that creepy guy from your gym? Rory?
My stomach tightened at the mention of his name. Rory had always given me the creeps. His intense eyes seemed to...
Bro, why is he just... Bro, why is he just standing right behind her, bro? Like, bro, what is you doing, bro? Go work out, bro. Like, look at this, bro.
Guy from your gym?
This dude just standing
Rory?
right behind her, bro.
My stomach tightened at the mention of his name. Rory had always given me the...
Like, why is he just standing there, bro? And then why is you still doing it if you know he just standing there? Like, what the fuck?
creeps. His intense eyes...
Bro, look at that girl back there on the... This ain't even supposed to be funny, bro.
Rory had always given me the creeps.
Oh, look at her back there on the treadmill, bro. Hold on, let me move the camera right there. Bro, look at her motherfucking legs, bro.
His intense eyes seemed to follow me everywhere at the gym,
God.
and his overbearing attempts to talk to me had become more than uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's... weird. I think he's stalking me. He always shows up wherever I am. Let's have some fun with him. How about a little prank?
I hesitated. The wine was making me braver, but I knew Rory wasn't someone to mess with. Still, Nikita's infectious grin made me nod reluctantly. She handed me her phone, the screen already open to Rory's number.
Hey, Rory. It's Charlize. You literally just texted my bestie just because I blocked you? Jeez, you're crazy. Guess what? I've been thinking about you. Nikita is also mighty impressed by your body. We were just stalking your gram. Here we are in a room, drunk, naughty, and my folks are out. Would you be interested in a good night, Rory?
The reply came almost instantly, the eagerness in his words palpable. He asked where I was, if he could come over. The thrill of the prank mixed with a growing sense of dread.
LOL, you're such a buffoon. I was just kidding, dumbass. Can't stand the sight of you. Stop stalking me.
Nikita and I burst into fits of laughter as she went on to fill 2 more glasses. An hour later, we had almost forgotten about the prank. The wine was making us drowsy, and we were about to call it a night when there was a loud knock at the door. My heart skipped a beat. I stumbled to the door, peering through the peephole. Rory's face stared back at me, twisted with rage, his eyes wild and bloodshot.
It's Rory. He's here. Don't open it. Just tell him to leave.
I took a deep breath, trying to steady my shaking hands.
Rory, go away. We were just messing around. I'm sorry.
Open the door, Charlize. I just want to talk.
Bro, it's too late now. He already there. It's like it's too late for all that now. Y'all been playing and y'all think people just playing around, bro. It's too late for that now. He already there. He not about to leave, bro. It's too late for all that. They shouldn't have been playing around like it was a joke. And now y'all gotta face the consequences.
His voice was slurred, an edge of desperation lacing his words. I stepped back, away from the door, shaking my head even though he couldn't see me. I thought for just a little longer, and that's when I heard the sound of glass shattering.
What the hell? Jesus!
Rory had broken a side window. Panic surged through me as I grabbed Nikita's arm, dragging her towards the back of the house. We
Bro, why are they walking?
had to get out.
Ain't y'all supposed to be running?
Had to escape before he got in, but he was too fast. Rory lunged through the broken window, cutting himself on the shards but seemingly unfazed by the blood streaming down his arms. We sprinted through the house, the sound of Rory's heavy breathing close behind. He was high on something, his movements erratic but relentless. We made it to the kitchen when he caught up, grabbing a knife from the counter. The next few minutes were a blur of chaos and terror. Rory swung the knife, slicing through the air. He went after Nikita first. She screamed as he slashed at her, leaving deep bruises and cuts.
Leave her alone, you psycho!
I grabbed a frying pan, swinging it at him with all my might. It connected with his head and he stumbled back, dazed, but it only seemed to make him angrier. He lunged at me, and I felt a sharp pain in my leg as the knife found its mark. I collapsed, the world spinning around me. Nikita tried to pull me up, but Rory was on us again, his eyes wild with rage, and something darker, something primal.
Please, Rory, just stop! We're sorry!
We can't let you mess with me. We can't... We've been hurt enough. This ends tonight. Nobody can hurt no more.
Who is we? Who are you talking to? Jeez, are you on drugs?
Rory's eyes were wild, his pupils dilated with a mix of rage and whatever drug he was on. He swung the knife again, this time slicing through the air inches from my face. Nikita got up to grab his arm, and he backhanded her, sending her sprawling across the kitchen floor. The sound of her head hitting the tiles echoed in the small space, and my heart sank. I crawled towards her, my injured leg dragging behind me. But Rory was faster. That is when I realized that my leg was broken. He grabbed a fistful of my hair, yanking me back with a force that made my scalp burn. I screamed, hitting out blindly, my elbow connecting with his shin. He grunted, but didn't let go, instead pulling me closer, the knife now pressed against my throat. She thinks she's so smart, doesn't she? All that arrogance just because of that body. Let us destroy that piece by piece. Nikita, groaning in pain, managed to get to her feet. Blood trickled down her forehead, but her eyes were fierce. She grabbed a heavy vase from the counter and swung it at Rory's head. The vase shattered on impact, shards of porcelain flying everywhere. Rory staggered, releasing his grip on me momentarily.
Nikita, run!
But Rory recovered quickly, his rage intensifying. He slashed...
Bro, this dude is on crack, bro. Like, how is he not getting hit, bro? Like, this dude just don't want to get hit, bro. This dude don't never give up, bro. He not giving up, bro.
Nikita, the knife cutting a deep gash in her arm. She screamed, clutching her arm.
I thought she just had some on her forehead.
As blood seeped through her fingers. I grabbed a chair, swinging it at Rory, but he ducked, the chair crashing into the wall instead. He kicked me in the stomach, the wind knocked out of me as I crumpled to the floor again on my broken leg. He loomed over me, the knife gleaming in the dim light. Desperation fueled Nikita's next move. She grabbed a bottle of cooking oil from the counter and flung it at his face. Rory screamed, the oil blinding him temporarily. I pulled out a lighter from my pocket, lit it, and flung it at his face. His voice was a guttural growl as his face lit up on fire. He wailed and screamed before running to the sink and putting his face underwater. Nikita was crying, her face a mask of fear and pain. I was writhing in pain myself. And then there was a loud crash, the sound of a door being kicked in. The next moments felt like they unfolded in slow motion. I opened my eyes to see the kitchen door splintered under a powerful kick, light flooding the room as several figures stormed in. The police. They moved with precision, guns drawn, shouting commands. "Drop the knife! Drop it now!" The officers tackled him to the ground, subduing him with swift, practiced movements while Rory kept crying over the burns he had suffered on his face.
Nikita, are you okay?
Nikita nodded weakly, tears streaming down her face. Her clothes were torn, and bruises were already forming on her arms and neck. An officer knelt beside us, his voice calm. "You're safe now. We've got him. Let's get you both some medical attention." Paramedics arrived quickly, and I cried rivers as they started tending to me. The nightmare was over, but the scars it left would haunt me for life.
Dang. See, this why you're not supposed to be playing on that internet, trying to prank people, because you never know what they got. Like, you see how he didn't even need the address. He already knew where they lived at. They need to stop playing around on the internet, bro. Let's get into the second story, man.
I had always been the adventurous type, so when my friends Emma and Claire suggested a sleepover at my place with a twist, I couldn't say no. Emma had brought some kind of weird board game off eBay, supposedly a satanic game that promised to summon spirits.
Yep, we know this is about to end bad.
Sounded ridiculous, but we were up for some fun. We set up in my living room. The game board was old and worn, with strange symbols etched into its surface. A small crystal sat in the center, which glowed under the light. Claire, the skeptic among us, laughed as she read the instructions out loud.
Place your fingers on the crystal and chant the words. This is so dumb.
Despite her words, we followed the instructions. The chant felt strange on my tongue, like speaking a language that wasn't meant for human lips. Emma was recording everything on her phone.
Okay, here we go. Let's see some ghosts.
For a while, nothing happened. We laughed and joked, thinking the whole thing was a waste of time. Then, the lights went out all of a sudden.
Okay, who turned off the lights?
No one answered. I heard the crystal hit the floor with a soft thud, and then a loud crash as something shattered. My heart raced as I fumbled for my phone, using its flashlight to see. The glass coffee table was in pieces, the crystal nowhere to be seen.
This isn't funny anymore. Let's just stop.
We tried to laugh it off, but the atmosphere had changed. The air felt heavier, almost suffocating. Suddenly, the hanging light above us began to sway while turning on and off.
Guys, this is getting weird. Let's just call it a night.
We agreed, deciding to pack up and forget about the whole thing. As we stood to leave, the cabinet doors in the kitchen swung open with a bang. Pots and pans flew to the floor, the noise echoing in the silent house.
Run!
We bolted for the front door, but as we reached it, we froze. Standing there was our childhood friend Sophie. She looked just as she had the last time we saw her, except Sophie had died in a car crash 3 years ago.
Sophie? Is that you?
Her eyes were empty, devoid of the light and life they once held. She didn't speak, just stood there, staring at us. My heart pounded in my chest as I backed away slowly.
This can't be real. This isn't happening.
The temperature dropped suddenly, our breath visible in the cold air. Sophie stepped forward, and we heard a low growl, not from her, but from somewhere deeper in the house. Panic surged through me as the lights flickered back on, casting everything in a sickly yellow glow.
We have to get out of here.
We ran towards the back door, but it slammed shut in our faces. The growling grew louder, more menacing. I suddenly felt something brush past me. Claire screamed, clutching her arm where deep, bloody scratches appeared out of nowhere. We huddled together, looking for a way out. The windows were all sealed shut, the air thick with the smell of sulfur. The growling continued.
Julia, do something! Please!
Claire's scream suddenly pierced the air, the sound of pure terror. I grabbed her arm, trying to pull her away from the invisible claws that seemed to be attacking her, tearing through her clothes and slashing against her skin. Blood seeped through her fingers as she clutched at her wounds.
We need to get out of here, now!
The growling grew louder, echoing off the walls, a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. And that is when I felt something cold and slimy brush against my leg, and I jumped back with a gasp.
Stay together. We need to find another way out.
We stumbled through the darkened house, the walls creaking and groaning as if the house itself were alive and angry. The temperature continued to drop, our breaths coming out in frosty puffs. As we passed the staircase, we heard a low, mocking laugh. Sophie stood at the top, her eyes glowing with an unnatural light, her mouth twisted into a cruel smile that sent shivers down my spine. Her laughter grew louder.
Bro, ew, bro.
More maniacal. The shadows around her seemed to dance.
The basement! There's a window we can climb out of.
I was about to say, why would you just go into the basement when...
We rushed down the stairs as Sophie's ghost chased us, the growling and laughter following us, relentless. The basement door was stuck, but with a combined effort, we managed to force it open. The door was cluttered with old furniture and dusty boxes, but we saw the small window. As we struggled to open it, the room grew darker. Suddenly, we heard the sound of something heavy dragging across the floor, coming closer.
We need to hurry.
I fumbled with the latch, my hands shaking. Just as I managed to pry it open, a force yanked me back, throwing me against the wall. I cried out in pain, feeling a sharp sting in my side. Claire and Emma screamed, trying to pull me free from the unseen grip.
It's got her! Help!
Claire swung a nearby broom through the air, hitting something solid but invisible. I felt the grip loosen, and I scrambled to my feet. The window was open, the cool night air offering a glimmer of hope.
Go! Climb out!
Claire went first, squeezing through the narrow opening. Emma followed, but as I started to climb out, I felt the invisible force yank me back again. I clung to the window frame, my fingers slipping on the cold metal.
Help me! It won't let go!
Emma grabbed my arms, pulling with all her strength. The growling was deafening now, a roar that shook the house. I felt claws digging into my legs, pulling me back. But Emma and Claire held on, their faces twisted with effort and fear. With a final, desperate pull, they managed to yank me through the window. We tumbled onto the garden, panting and shaking. The night air was a stark contrast to the oppressive darkness inside the house. We could still hear the growling and laughter from within, but it felt muted, distant. That is when I looked up. Sophie stood there, her eyes burning like fire.
What does she want from us? I think it's the crystal. It was part of the game. We need to get rid of it.
I remembered seeing the crystal on the floor earlier. If it was the key to this nightmare, then we had to get rid of it. I don't know what got into me, but I ran back inside the house against the cries of my friends. Inside, the living room was in chaos. Furniture was overturned, and the air was thick with a sulfuric stench. I spotted the crystal, its dark surface reflecting the chaos around
She seen it earlier. I don't know why she didn't pick it up. Like, what the fuck?
it. Summoning all my courage, I grabbed it, feeling a jolt of icy pain shoot through my arm. I ran with it to the front door. Sophie appeared again, her face twisted in anger. The growling reached a fever pitch, the shadows closing in around us. Ignoring her, I threw the crystal with all my strength. It soared through the air and landed on the pavement outside, shattering into 1,000 pieces. The moment it broke, the growling stopped. The oppressive weight lifted, and the air cleared. Sophie's image flickered and then vanished, leaving only an eerie silence. We stood there, breathing heavily, the
Bro, they faces look ugly. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, why her chin so damn fat, bro? Like, why is her chin so fat, bro? Like,
realization slowly sinking in that it was over. We limped away from the house, bruised and bleeding, but alive. I looked back at the house, its dark windows staring back like empty eyes.
so yeah, that was the horror story, man. Let me know in the comments if y'all, you know what I'm saying, mess with this or want some more videos, you know what I'm saying. Made to the end of the video, type pizza in the comment section so I know you made it to the end. Type pizza in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gone.